Hello and good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to the Kamikaze Games channel. It's been a while since I've done a good news, I will admit. And in that time, there has been some news. Guess I wouldn't necessarily call all of it good, but this is good news, where the news is always good. So let's look for some good news. I was gonna do this last week, but then I forgot my bitch-ass camera battery in South Dakota, so this is gonna be some outdated news, but we'll work with what we got, people, okay? NASCAR moving an all-star race to Texas, clearing the way to add a cup race at Circuit of the Americas. In like 2017, when I knew nothing about racing, I was like, yo, why don't we go to Circuit of the Americas? It's a racetrack in North America, and it's a road course. Little did I know that the track is actually kind of garbage and really wouldn't work very well for the Cup Series cars, or any stock car for that matter. I've ran like practice races on like NR 2003 and like iRacing, and like, you know, that's not exactly 100% true blue simulation of reality, but I'm not exactly hoping for much here. This is also an article on The Athletic, so I've only got access to like the first 2.5 paragraphs, so basically I've said my piece. As far as the All-Star race to Texas, does anyone even care about the All-Star race anymore? Has anyone cared about the All-Star race in the past 8-9 years? Who was gonna watch it to begin with? Let alone at Texas. Like, come on, NASCAR. Is this really the best you can do? Ross Chastain to drive Chip Ganassi Racing's number 42 in 2021. In a year that we call 2020 that has been the absolute insanity cycle, the one thing that everyone had on their radar from like the past 2 years was this. Except for one thing, 2020 has been so stupid that just about anything could have happened to Chip Ganassi Racing's number 42 car. I think that's why everyone's so caught off guard by this, is that it's so normal. What's this normal thing happening in 2020? What? Chastain is only 27 too. I feel like he'd be older than that. In 3 races with our organization in 2018 and watching ever since, he's shown me and everyone else that he is a tenacious driver who wants to win. Yeah, this has been an atrocious season for him in the Xfinity Series as far as the wins are concerned. I mean, he's been ridiculously consistent, which is a thing you should expect because he's been a driver who's been in those shit tier cars for so long that he knows how to take care of them to the finish, despite the fact that it seems like every time the cameras are on him, it's because he's wrecking something or someone. We've also had a shit ton of other announcements for drivers. Eric Jones is going to be at Hendrick, but they still haven't announced that yet. And Bell's in the 20, as we all saw coming. I mean, Eric Jones could have won 4 races this year, and he still would have been kicked out of the 20 car, let's be real. Brad Keselowski apparently agreed to an extension with Penske, despite the fact that they saddled him with their worst crew chief, and yet he's still the best driver at Penske. I feel like that's mostly just Keselowski being an amazing driver. He definitely is, I'd say, one of the top 5 drivers in the Cup Series today. There's probably more. Speaking of more, in fact, statement from Bob Germain on the future of Germain racing. I'm gonna have to turn the phone sideways for this one. Being an owner in NASCAR for the last 16 years has been a thrilling adventure. From winning 2 NASCAR Truck Series championships in 2006 and 2010 to competing at the highest level of motorsports in the Cup Series for the last 12 seasons, I have experienced the highs and lows of our sport. I'm extremely proud of what Germain Racing has accomplished at every level, and I will be transitioning out of ownership with many memories and friendships. You get what you fucking deserve. How's that RCR money taste? How's that RCR money taste? When Ty fucking Nillen has run at or below the level that Casey Mears has run his entire career at Germain Racing. How does the money taste, Bob? How does it taste? Yeah, Germain Racing's dead. Crab Rave. I know I'm not exactly sad to see them go, but yeah. And I think we all know what actually, is coming from this. 21st of September. My God, dude. Tonight, I'm excited to announce that MJ and I are starting a new single car NASCAR Cup Series team for 2021. Deciding on a driver was easy. It had to be Bubba Wallace. So, this is certainly a thing. Denny Hamlin. Of all the Joe Gibbs Racing drivers to start their own team, why is it Denny Hamlin? Kyle Busch already has a team, and what I don't understand is how this does not violate the driver-owner thing, because, literally, the hats that you see Michael Jordan have say DHR, Denny Hamlin Racing on it. How does this not violate the owner-driver thing? I know Bob Pockers was like, well, actually it's because there's this loophole in section 12.6.9 on the NASCAR rulebook that says on page 420 that's this specific mandate. Actually, it's no, this violates it. This violates it. Sir. And or madam, this definitely violates the clause that says that owner drivers have to drive for their own team. But we're just gonna ignore that apparently because 2020, I guess. I don't know. And deciding on a driver in Bubba Wallace, yeah, that's real nice. Yeah, the next time that a driver with no Xfinity wins and 5 Truck Series wins gets promoted immediately to a top level organization in the Cup Series, I'll be extremely happy about that, yeah. John Hunter Nemechek is waiting for a good car, by the way. He's just waiting in the wings. He's my, dark horse for the 48, honestly. It's John Hunter Nemechek, my dark horse for the 48. And yeah, it's very cool, very cool. Wonder how many people on Twitter are mad about that analysis. Harvick. We would be fools to go back to anything we did before. Kevin Harvick has been the most insufferable prat of 2020. He gets the award over many in this sport. But he has had some of the absolute worst takes of 2020. This year started out with one of the worst takes ever, and it came from Ryan Keselowski actually, but the second worst came from Kevin Harvick, and ever since, he's just not shut up. Ever since he said that there needs to be that stupid ass truck bounty, the entire world has collapsed. It has just collapsed inward on itself. And yet he still continues talking. The world does not continue to improve, the world continues to get worse, and Harvick continues to talk. Could he stop for 1 second and think of the rest of us? Oh, scroll, you piece of this awful website. Whatever they link to in this shit is just atrocious. Oh, it's Fox News. Fuck Fox News and their fucking ad bullshit. Look at this garbage. It's trying to crash my phone at this point. It's kind of like being in control of a race. You'd rather be in control of where you are and running well. And I think as you look at this year, obviously, being on top of the points helps you line up for the next race. Yeah, since he's been sitting on the fucking top of the standings all season because no one else feels like being competitive at any point in time, I'd imagine he'd be super happy to be starting on the pole literally every single race. That's not something I'm surprised by. In fact, I would be shocked if he actually wanted to try and actually put forth effort during a racing weekend, I mean, that would just really be necessary, man. Just really unnecessary to actually have to put forth effort. Seriously. What's stopping them from qualifying? It's single car qualifying now. I mean, if anything, that's more socially distanced than at any point at any other point in the weekend. Like, I understand not having practices. I mean, that's really, it was interesting for like, you know, the first couple of weeks when no one knew what was going on, and then there were like 10 people on the lead lap after the first stage, you know. That was fun, but now that everyone's figured out how to do it with no practice, it's just boring again. And what, seriously, what is stopping them from doing qualifying? Like, really, what is stopping them from doing qualifying? There is no reason not to. It just means that the same people are going to start in the same place every single week. It means that if you have a couple of bad races to start off the season, you're going to be stuck qualifying 30th every single week. And since you can't pass in these cars, you're going to be stuck back there all day and you can't do shit. I think Bell would be on his way to winning races by now if he could just qualify. But no, he starts 20th every single race, so when he has a good track such as, you know, Richmond, he started fucking 25th or something at Richmond. He drove up to like 10th after the first stage. You get all these tracks that he's good at, but he has to start in the back all the time, and you know, it's just stupid is what it is. It really is. There's just, what is stopping them from doing qualifying? It's so needlessly stupid. But there was one other Kevin Harvick take that I saw a while ago that was just even worse than the Truck Series one, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what it was, but it was bad, dude. I could probably flip through Reddit for a while. Just search the name Harvick. Just have an entire video of Harvick's awful takes this year. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. Well, this is probably going to be a disappointing video for a lot of people because I think Dave Mooney has actually had a couple of good takes recently, so, and I wouldn't know. I'm still blocked by Dave Mooney. I don't actually know when Dave Mooney has bad takes unless people tell me, because I don't actually see them. Unless I see his Twitter handle in a lot of people's quote tweets. I still can't see the tweet, but I know that, Dave did a funny. But yes, this is an incredibly high effort good news video. As you can plainly see, I have put a ton of thought and effort into this one, and maybe we'll see one more before, you know, 2025, you know, maybe we'll get lucky on that. Anyway, I think that'll do it. Thanks for watching. This has been Comic-Con's Games doing a good news for the first time in a long fucking time. Maybe the next one will be better. But don't hold out hope. Just hope that there will be a next time, alright? That's where we're at in life. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye! What the fuck is happening right now? Hello? Come on, Vito. Yes! Yes! No! Yes? Maybe? Alright, here we go. No, wait, no, don't go over there! No! Oh, God! No kidding, Rick Allen. I couldn't have said it better myself, honestly.